Welcome to FINS Live, a website to monitor rainfall and stream level data in Mecklenburg County. Let's get started. The default view of the website shows all the 72 rain gauges on the map, along with the amount of rainfall recorded by them in the last 24 hours. The numbers that you see here are refreshed every 3 minutes. By clicking on a site and choosing View Details, you can pull up details about that particular site. The graph here shows the values recorded by that gauge the last 24 hours. The tabular tab shows the same values in a tabular format. By clicking on the To Dashboard button, you can add the selected gauge to the dashboard control. The dashboard control is a nice utility that we added to the new FINS Live application. This lets you compare sites side by side. To add another site, click on the plus button and choose the type of site and pick the one that you want. You can also add creek cams. And this becomes particularly useful during a storm event, where you can add a number of gauges and then compare them and see how the values are changing over time. The dashboard control allows you to add 10 sites at a time. You cannot add more than that. To go back to the map, click the rain gauge button. The flood impact section shows the number of buildings, stream crossings, and road segments impacted by the current storm event. The numbers that you see here are being pulled from a sample data set used for demo purposes only. By clicking on the Buildings button, you can get more detail about the actual buildings impacted by the current storm event. And the download data allows you to download the same data as a CSV file. The stream crossing likewise would list all the stream crossings affected, and the road segments would list all the road segments affected. The weather section shows the current temperature in Charlotte, North Carolina. The Show More button pulls up information about weather forecast information and other weather-related data. The drop down here lets you select a different site and the filter control lets you adjust the time frame within which the data is being pulled. Currently, we are pulling data from the last 24 hours. But let's say you want to look at the data from the last 6 hours, you could use the quick drop down to do that. If you want to pull data from the last 2 weeks, you could use the Date Period tab. And you can use the Range tab to pull data within a certain date range. Let's go ahead and pull data for the month of December 2022. Clicking on the Stage and Lake Gauge tab pulls up all the stage and lake gauges in Mecklenburg County. The gray circles are the lake gauges and the blue circles are the stage gauges. The upward arrow indicates that the lake level is rising there, and a downward arrow means that a lake level or a stream level is falling, and a minus sign means that the level is staying steady. And of course, the NR symbols depict that no readings were recorded in that particular time period. And similar to the rain gauges, you can click on stage gauges and choose view details to bring details about that particular gauge. And you can also add the selected stage gauge to the dashboard. Clicking on the Creek Cam tab brings up all the creek cameras in Mecklenburg County. And you can click on a creek camera and choose View Snapshot to look at the snapshot recorded by that camera. And these snapshots are updated every 20 seconds. The Map Layers tab here lets you add and remove map layers from the map. Let's go ahead and add the weather radar. I might have to zoom out a bit to show you the weather radar. There it is. And once you switch on the weather radar, the animation tool pops up. So this lets you start a 60-minute loop of the weather radar. The geolocation tool allows you to locate yourself on the map, and this is especially useful while using a smartphone. You could use your GPS locations to locate yourself and then look at all the gauges and the creek cameras around you and conduct analysis. And if you want to search for a address, you could use the location search button here. I'll go ahead and put an address. And choosing that will take you to that location. And of course, you can again look at all the sites, the creek cameras around it, and conduct analysis. So if you have any questions regarding the data or the sites, you could contact Charlotte Mecklenburg Stormwater Services. There are links provided to their website and their social media pages. So you could go there and contact them. And the website was built by an agency called Mecklenburg County GIS, and you can contact them by going to their website and Twitter. Thank you for using FINS Live.